What's going on, y'all? Bobby Plays here, recording and uploading my first WoW video after 14 years of wasting my cotton picking time playing this game. Now, before I tell you why you should try to get Verigan's Fist, let's get one thing out the way. I'm playing on the Darrowshire server, and I gotta say, it's pretty enjoyable. The community is pretty neighborly. There are some bots, but it's not as bad as retail, which is pretty wild considering the main dev is hospitalized at the moment. Now I'm sure you notice I don't have a weapon swing timer installed. Usually I always have this, but if we're being honest, it's not hard to play pretty well without it. It's less clutter on my screen not having it, and it's easier to time your swings with Verigan's Fist at 3.20 weapon speed. Now even my old hick ass can kick ass just by counting to 3, so best believe you don't need a swing timer. However, it is optimal to use it, and I may use it later on down the road. Another reason I forego a swing timer is because Darrowshire is running a 1.5 client and most vanillawow classic add-ons are made for the 1.12 or 1.13 clients. Even when you load out-of-date add-ons and set your script memory to 0, a lot of mainstream add-ons won't work. I did find one recently on the Discord, but if you want to play Darrowshire and need add-ons, I'll link the Discord in the description. Go to the Darrowshire Discord and scroll down to the add-on talk channel, and you'll find add-ons that do work for Darrowshire. I can talk more about my thoughts and experiences playing Darrowshire in a future video. Just leave a comment down below and let me know if you're interested in that. Let's go on with the video though. Let's talk about the hefty hammer, the sledge that puts them to bed, the thick dick, Verigan's Fist. You see a lot of guys on YouTube talking about why you may want to skip this weapon due to the time sink it takes to get it, but I disagree. I think this weapon is a godsend for paladins, and it really helps you completely destroy mobs in the 20s to 30s, and this weapon will most definitely carry you to Bonebiter in the later 30s. There are 2 ways of getting this, and we'll get into it right here in a second. So you might be wondering, which weapons am I going to use before I get Verigan's Fist? Well, when you hit level 4, you're going to want to get the wooden mallet. Or even level 5 when you go to Goldshire. This weapon is really good at the start. And then you want to go Giant Mace, level 10, and then Rock Hammer, level 16. That will carry you all the way to Verigan's Fist. You might be wondering, well shit, I just spent 66 silver. 28 silver and 7, I damn near spent a gold right there. And yeah, that's true. You're probably not going to have a ton of money starting out, but you really don't need a lot, especially if it's a fresh. And unless you get lucky with some good drops, these are very good weapons to go for. They're slow, and they're going to do you pretty good until you get Verigan's Fist. And let's compare them. So, Verigan's Fist, it's slow, it's got stamina, intellect, spirit, high DPS, high top end, looks fucking cool. You know, like, look at, this is the quintessential paladin. This looks like straight out of a fucking cinematic. I mean, this guy's level fucking 60, he's still using it, look at him. Dude's got the algae fist, the coif, the fucking gray shoulders, whatever the hell, and he's got this fucking hammer. Like he could wear nothing but the hammer and still kick ass. I mean, shit, dude. Like, enough said. Look at that shit. That's a paladin weapon. All right, like people wish they could get this shit. You're a paladin. Take advantage of that shit. Take advantage of it. It is a time sink for sure, but you can get it done in 3 to 4 hours, easy. Like that's what I did. Unless you're on a retail classic WoW, I guess, and you're on like a low pop server, you might need a higher level 60 to help you. Honestly, they might help you just out of the kindness of their heart, to be honest with you. Or if not, slide them some gold, or tell them that you'll send them gold when you're higher level. You know, just make some friends along the way, or put together a group if you find the people at your level. That's even better for everybody involved. You can get this at a very low level, 21, 22. Heal your dungeons. Even if you get an item like Corpse Maker later on, this weapon will still be really good for when you gotta heal, because you're gonna want to heal dungeons while you're leveling as Red. It's just, you know, you collect intellect, healing gear on the way through your killing and your questing, and you put that shit in your bank, and when you go to a dungeon, have that healing gear on you so you can heal pretty good. You don't need any talent points in that shit to heal pretty good. So here's the alternatives, alright? And these are kind of shit, if we're gonna be honest. Smite's Mighty Hammer, it's a higher, or a slower speed, and not too far off the DPS or the top end, but it's not quite the same thing, you know what I'm saying? Like, this shit is a good bit better. You would think the stats are pretty good, but you're going to be competing with druids for sure, and warriors, and it doesn't have a super high chance to drop. I've only seen this drop one time out of the 3 times recently that I did Dead Mines, and I didn't win it. I didn't win it, and either way, when you get Verigan's Fist, you're going to want to replace this anyway. It's just not worth it. Like, if you get this, you're definitely going to have to get Arceus or Ancient War Sword, or if you want to go for the dungeon, Strike a Hydra or Corpse Maker, you know, but you don't get that till 29. You don't get Strike a Hydra till 26, and you won't get Arceus till like 28 minimum. And even then, good luck getting this shit at 28, because you're gonna have to get a whole group together and heal that shit to kill that level 35 elite. It's a long chain. It's mainly more geared more towards the 30s, and even then, it's still not that amazing. Those are some alternatives that I see. Strike of the Hydra. It's not a very high drop chance. I've done it a number of times recently. Only seen it drop once, and I didn't win it. Maybe I just have shit luck, I don't know, but it is slightly better damage wise. But I mean, is it worth it? Really? Is it really worth it? And if you get this shit, if you get lucky, cool. You can maybe use this instead of Verigan's Fist, but even then, when you go into dungeons like Stockades and Nomergon, what you're gonna want to do for the quests, this is gonna be better for healing, honestly. And it's like it's really not far off from Strike of the Hydra. Like, it's the top end's a little better. That's it. The chance on hit really isn't that great anyway. Most mobs die before it just really makes too much use. And I don't know what the proc per minute is on that, but yeah, I mean, Verigan's Fist definitely comes out better, in my opinion, compared to Smites and Strike. Arceus, like I said, it's gonna take you forever to get this shit. So you really about to rock fucking Smite's Mighty Hammer until you get Arceus, really? Like, so, and it's not even that good, like, compared to Verigan's. It's fucking garbage. Ancient War Sword, another popular choice I see. I was doing some quests with this fucking level 31 warrior, and he had this shit, and I had Verigan's Fist at 23. We were doing that. We were actually doing the quest to get set like Elite Dwarf level 34. Like, I just happened to find they were doing it, and they brought me along anyway. Not this orc, but it was some other dwarf from like a chain. And he had this shit, and I was like, wow, bro. He's level 31, and I'm only level 23. And he's rocking this, and I got something even better. Poor guy. Poor fucking guy. Not as good damage. Stats don't really matter too much. And you could get this at a low level for sure. But you're probably not going to until the later 20s unless you find a good group. And honestly, you're more likely to find a group for dungeons than you will for the quests, to be honest. Like, because this is attached to a chain. So you got to find like 3 or 4 other people that are on the same fucking part of the chain. Like, it's just, think about it like that, you know? Plus, like, what are you rocking until then? What, Smites? If you're lucky? Because guess what you're rocking if you're not lucky? You rocking the rock hammer, buddy. Like, that shit's garbage. And what you thought, you were gonna get the maul? Fuck nah. That shit's not even as good as the rock hammer. Rock hammer's got the same amount of top end, lower DPS, but guess what? It's slower. You're not gonna miss as much, and your sealed commands are gonna prot better with a rock hammer rather than the maul. And plus, like, I mean, they want a gold 15 for that shit. Don't let them rob you for that. And then you got the manual crowd pummeler. Why the fuck would you even use this? Like, it's got a high ass speed. You would think, oh, look at that DPS. It's got less top end, higher speed. You don't want that. Stats don't matter. After 3 charges, the on-use effect becomes fucking useless. And majority of the time, people are not going to be killing crowd pummeler at the higher level 20s. They do no Morgan, they're just going to be doing the quests mainly, and the quests do not lead you to this guy at all. There's no point in doing this. This is a meme weapon for druids, and leave it at that. This weapon is better than Verigan's Fist for sure. It's a higher speed. It's got lots of strength, stamina, high DPS, high top end, but you're gonna have a bit of a hard time getting this unless you're lucky. I personally really like weapons that aren't attached to rolling the dice, RNG. And honestly, you're not going to be able to equip this to level 29 anyway. And this is a solid weapon to carry you to Corpse Maker if you're determined to get this. But you got to go all the way to the Barrens as Alliance. There's no flight path in the area except that one on the border of Faralos. So you get like 2 quests for this place. It's just not worth it like that. Like, think about it. Would you rather get Verigan's Fist, sink 3 to 4 hours to do all the dungeons, you know, grab all the flight pass on the way and shit? You get to do a legendary quest line that I feel like everybody should do at least once. You get a cool, I mean, just look at the aesthetic, man. Come on, Paladin, dude. People wish they could get this shit, man. I mean, literally, the moment I saw it on another Paladin, I wanted it. I was like, wow, that's a Paladin fucking weapon right there. That shit's cool. And up until now, you've been using maces the whole time. So just continue on it. Like, don't waste your time trying to level up swords or whatever, sitting there whacking low level mobs and shit. Like, you get this shit, you can go start grinding mobs for levels. I mean, for a long time, and you're gonna be smacking them. You're gonna be blowing through everything. You get this shit, go to wetlands and start killing whelps to collect small flame sacks, dude. You're gonna have hella money from selling all that shit in the auction house, and you're gonna be just destroying shit. You're gonna be flying through the fucking levels with this weapon. This weapon is so underrated. Like, people see the time sink that's behind it and they think, oh, it's not worth it. But there's 2 ways you can get this shit, okay? There's 2 ways. 1, find a level 50 or higher, maybe level 45 or higher, and have them help you run through the dungeons. You can bring a few people along with you, maybe do like a 3 or 4 man with a high level. You could do that. Or you could actually put together a group to do all the dungeons. You can put together like a chain dungeon where you're doing all the quests and everything. Maybe you find people for that. Or you can just put together a group for one dungeon, and then when that dungeon's almost done, you tell them, hey, I'm about to do this next one. Stick around if you want. And just do it like that, man. And on the Darrowshire private server, I had no problem doing that. Lots of people leveling. Classic WoW live servers, I don't know, to be honest. You may have some trouble getting this. You may have some trouble getting a group together. So in that case, I would try to find like a high level to help run you through these places. Honestly, if you just find a high level to just get you the items you need, you don't even have to do the whole dungeon. Like SFK, you clear the first boss, go get the fucking hammer from the fell steeds, and then boom, you're out of there. BFD, you get that shit outside the dungeon. I mean, bro, like, you don't have to even go into BFD. honestly, you can even solo. If you're like level 22, 23, and you got some consumes with you, or you got like some okay gear, you can most definitely solo those mobs outside and get that item. And then the dead mines, I mean, that's a level 18 fucking dungeon. Like, you can easily get this shit at level 20, man. Like, don't fucking let nobody tell you you can't get this item. And then the other shipment item, what? That's from like some elites in Lochmadon. That's not a hard quest at all. Not a hard quest at all to do by yourself. Or just find like one or two other people to help you kill the ogres. It's really not that difficult. Like, this is definitely the weapon to get, for sure. For sure. You do have to do a lot of traveling, but you know what? You're gonna have to go to those places anyway. And by this point, you should have Pursuit of Justice, or at least have 1 point in it. And you'll be moving a little bit faster anyway, and you need to get those flight paths. So go for this weapon. Go for it. Like, it will most definitely help you up until you get Corpse Maker, and you only need to get that. I'm level 34 or 35 on my Paladin, still grinding mobs in Arathi, and I'm having no trouble at all with my Verigan's Fist. I didn't need to get Corpse Maker, and I'm level 34 or 35. Like I said, I could get Bonebiter right now. I could get Bonebiter. And I will be getting Bonebiter within the next 2 levels. So literally, Verigan's Fist will carry you all the way to Bonebiter, which is your next like upgrade. And guess what? Bonebiter is not locked behind roll. It's you just kill Herod, Houndmaster, and SM Calf. Easy. Now we're gonna be ending the video off with some really cozy leveling gameplay. Me killing some scythe claws up in wetlands. These are a little more higher level than the mobs I was killing earlier. So this will definitely give you some good context as to how it performs in the 26s. You can see it just decimates them. I mean, it's not even a question as to which weapon you should get. Look at me destroy this fucking raptor. Look at this stupid blue fucking raptor, dude. He doesn't even know what's coming to him. Watch this. Well, bam! Hit him with the fucking seal of command. Oh god, dude. With a Hodge, you're fucking good. I mean, you ain't got nothing to worry about, man. Like, it doesn't matter if you're fighting mobs 2-3 levels higher than you, 2-3 levels lower than you, same level. It don't matter. You're gonna be running around smacking them like it doesn't fucking matter. You are gonna be the plague of the wetlands, the Crusader. I mean, I literally felt like a Crusader. I actually started floating off of my chair. While I was playing. I felt God reach down as I was playing and bless me with the light while I was playing. I'm out here. I'm literally skinning the mobs I kill. Like, as soon as I kill them, I collect their skin. I literally felt like I might be in the Scarlet Crusade. As you can tell, I mean, it's mob to mob about. And look, I'm buffing people while I'm playing. Okay, if that doesn't scream mid max, I don't know what does. Okay, I am a Crusader. You know, one of the things you got to remember is when you start playing a Paladin at level 1, they tell you, hey, you are a Knight of the Silver Hand, and you better act accordingly.